Hi, it's Mark from Mark for the Cyberbeast. This week, I've got several really cool things to talk to you guys about. I promise I'll cut through the BS, no BS filter here. We've got some awesome stuff to tell you. Now, the first thing I want to go into is probably one of the most concerning things for Cybertruck owners, and that is the light bar for the Cyberbeast. Now, many of you out there already have your light bar installed, and that's great. I do too. I went to my service center in Raleigh. They glued the bar on, and everything seems to be great. In fact, when I was in the Keys, and I was on the Blue Highway to go from the mainland over to Key Largo, I opened my truck up. I was up to 130. I still had more room in the pedal, but I didn't have enough size of the sack, as you can say. So, that being said, the light bar held up just fine going 130 miles an hour. Well, they've stopped installing light bars because evidently, I'm not sure if it's temperature related in cold areas or just maybe there was just an issue with a batch of glue, or they just decided to change their mind, but there's a delay and there's a hold on the light bars because now they're looking to install them a little bit more securely. I think they're looking at a bracket, possibly to another type of glue, but I think what happened was this light bar flew off and it took the conrail, I'm not sure what they call that rail that runs along parallel by the door. Took it right up and ripped it right off, okay? And it could have just been a bad installation by a guy not using enough glue, not pressing down with enough strength. Any other factors, maybe they drove it too quickly, didn't let the glue sit, because when I had my light bar installed, I had to hold it overnight, let the glue sit and cement in there. Maybe that was it, but Tesla's taking this seriously, so if you're still scheduled to get a light bar installed, this is the OEM light bar, that big, I think it's $2,500 light bar. There's a hold on it until they figure out a better solution, okay? I think it just happened with one person. I don't think it was more than one or two out of the thousands, but evidently that's causing the holdup. So there's the light bar for those Foundationseries Cyberbeast owners, and for those of you maybe who've purchased afterward. So there's that. The next big thing, and this is a big thing, is the vote coming up for the shareholder meeting for Tesla in the coming week. It's all about this pay package for Elon. As you know, Elon invested over $1 billion or at $1 billion in stock in Tesla under 400. It's since gone north of 400. Today it closed over, I think, over 460. It's been very bullish. I told you that my Mendoza line, as we say in baseball, was 447. Anything over that is bullish. Closing over 450, even more bullish. Now it's closing over 460. The market's been running all week. It looks like we may have a deal coming out of China, so that adds to it. I think we were at 69.10 or so on SPX. 690, whatever, 689, whatever on SPY. All-time highs this week. It's just going gangbusters. But now this $1 trillion comp plan, what people need to realize, because you should be voting for it. Everyone here should be stockholders, stock owners. So you have an ownership in Tesla. You should be voting for this pay package because it's entirely incentive-based. This is not, here's $1 trillion for coming to work every day. No. That's not how Elon operates. There's quotas like, I want to say, if I remember ballpark from my All-In episode, there's like 20 million cars on the road. I've got like a couple million FSD subscriptions, 1 million Optimus robots, things like that. Like, these are obscene numbers. 1 million Optimus robots. Now, this is going to take a couple of years. This $1 trillion pay plan is not for 1 year, and that's it. This is over the course of the next few years. This is going to take Tesla to be probably the highest market cap company. If he meets all these quotas that he set up for himself, this is going to pass NVIDIA, or NVIDIA, some idiots call it. But NVIDIA actually just went to 212 today. Became the largest, I think it was the largest valuation of the company, $5 trillion valuation. Tesla has easily capability of doing that if he meets all these quotas. And again, I want to say it's 20 million cars on the road, 2 million or something FSD subscriptions, and 1 million Optimus robots, and there's some others too. 1 million Optimus robots at, let's just say, $25,000 each. Start doing some math there. The FSD, which is literally free money, a SaaS model, software as a service, you're literally printing money every month. Do the math on that, okay? At $100 a month, 2 million. It's very, and the battery storage, just so you guys know, what's powering and fueling the Optimus robot is battery storage. And battery storage, the interesting thing, last Tesla call, they had the earnings report and it went down like $40, and the next day it went back the $40 and then some. Why is it? Well, they had to digest it. The battery storage has a 30% margin, and it is the fuel for everything. Robots, cars, battery backups for hospitals and data centers and everything else. That is a huge sector of Tesla that everyone overlooks because it's not sexy, right? Battery storage is not sexy. Folks, this pay package, I can't stress enough. Now, there's these index funds and other mutual funds that, they're going to vote against it because they're idiots, okay? There's a group called ISS, which Elon calls ISIS. And it's a company that advises people how to vote for stockholders, but they're idiots, complete idiots. If Elon makes half of his quotas, you guys are going to be rich. If he makes all of his quotas, guys, you'll be getting $1,000 bills wiping your butt, okay, and then throwing it away. I'm telling you, if Elon even just gets half of these numbers filled, oh my God. So it's imperative. This is a huge 10x moment. Again, Tesla's at $460. My wife and I kind of have a happy place. Tesla at $1,000 a share. Anything over that, we're really happy. Kathy Woods and these other people say, $2,000, $2,600. All the stock has to do is double. For many of you out there, for what you own after you went through the last big jump from COVID, if it doubles from here, you're still going to be happy, but it's going to go up even more. The question is how quickly, right? So there's that. Now, the stock price on Tesla, the third thing I'm going to talk about briefly is, again, the Mendoza line is the line in the sand I have. Is it bearish or bullish? That's 447. Again, not tax or investing information or advice. It's been holding above that. In fact, even when the other day when it was pulling with downages, it would wick. You look at these candles and the wick would hit 447 and the body stayed up. Gave it a very, very bullish indication that Tesla does not want to go below 447. If you chart at all of any graphs, I don't care if you're looking at the monthly, the weekly, the daily, the hourly, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, you look at that 447 and look from the bottom where it hits the top and pulls, hits that 447 and pulls, hits the 447 and pulls. Then once it breaks and holds the 447, if it's bullish, it'll hit the 447 and bounce, hit the 447 and bounce, hit the 447 and bounce. You can play this all day long like clockwork, okay? We're above that. We're above 450. In fact, today there was some news about they lowered the rates, the Fed lowered the rates, but they were saying they might not lower it again in December, which caused a dip in the market. Even with Tesla's went to, I think, 452. It never went to 450. And in full disclosure, I sold a put at 450 for Friday. It was a $500 premium. I don't think Tesla's going below 450. And after that news, it held up. Now it's back at 460, so I think that was a good trade. What do you think? Selling put at 450? Give me $500 for 3 days of looking pretty, because it's not work. So stock price is looking good. I would love to see it over 500 before year end, but honestly, I really just want to see it at $1,000 as quickly as possible so I get to my happy place. So number 4. Shareholders. Now, we talked a little bit about this in the pay package, but everyone who owns a stock is a shareholder. And you get one vote whether you've got one share or you've got a lot of shares, which kind of sucks because we get a lot of shares and there are some idiots that don't like Tesla who have like 5 shares and they get to vote. Okay. These guys who have 5 shares, they hate Tesla. They just have the shares so they can vote and vote against all these shareholder recommendations. So if you have a spouse, make sure that they get their own Tesla stock so you have 2 votes. If you have a child or multiple children, get them stocks so they can vote. You want as many people, you want your friends and family to own Tesla stocks so they can vote too. Hopefully you're telling your friends and family to be Tesla shareholders. Share that wealth, okay? Because that is key. That will spread that information. If you're bullish about Tesla, especially right now, I mean, you wait till it goes over 500. I don't want to say miss the boat because it's still going to go up, but the 400s, man, get in. Tell your family to get in. Make sure they get in and make sure they vote for that shareholders. Make sure they vote for that package and go with all the shareholder. The board of directors decisions with how you should vote with your vote. Which leads me to the next thing. Optimus. As you know, Optimus is going to be the key focus for Elon. Okay, they were talking about the All In podcast that Shamath said, and he's right. The first batch of robots that Elon sells is going to be to SpaceX to go on a rocket to the moon, or not to the moon, to Mars. Absolutely, and then probably you're going to see probably a tier 1. Model that goes to factories. I think you're going to see whether and dangerous jobs, whether it's coal mining, whether it's a place where there's no oxygen, or whatever, doing repetitious jobs, have the robot do that. So you're going to see a lot of things going on with like Amazon. Amazon disclosed, not by their admission, someone had stole some documents and made it public that they plan to reduce the hiring in the future and use more robots. Okay, they weren't having layoffs. They said they want in the future, they want to double in sales, but they don't want to double in workforce. They want to add more robots. So maybe Amazon will be buying robots. Maybe they'll make their own custom ones. Who knows? But you're going to see a lot of assembly lines, a lot of these warehouses using Optimus, and probably they'll get first dibs at them, first crack, and then people for their homes. For those of you who may have a vacation home, you rather than bring your robot on a plane or drive it down to your vacation home, maybe you have a second robot for your vacation home. Maybe that robot stays there to clean the home while you're not there. Keep an eye on it. Whatever. Be interesting. It's kind of like it's gonna, I assume, have some kind of camera you can monitor, like a Ring doorbell or something. Who knows? But I definitely see us having a couple, and Gen 1's gonna suck, but we'll get it, and then we'll see how Gen 2 compares and so forth. So Optimus is huge. Again, they're gonna start releasing it. Elon said early 2026. They are not going to release it at the shareholders meeting. They just had it, I think, in Times Square, handing out candy to people. Everyone's unsure though if it was a human that was controlling it, if it was strictly using AI. We don't know, but they had it on display in Times Square in New York City just to kind of get some PR out there, free advertising, right? Because Elon doesn't pay for advertising. Next thing I want to talk about is a recallish. Is that a word? I made it a word just now. Recallish thing with the Cybertruck that is going to cost you $595. It's optional, and I think you'd be an idiot for getting it. It's to add the stalk back onto your steering wheel or steering wheel column. I see zero need for a stalk. But evidently, there's some kind of recall option where for $600 you get a stalk put on your vehicle. And again, maybe you're tarded. I see no need. But there's that news that dropped about the stock. So $600 if you want that. That was number 6. Now we have number 7. But before we get to number 7, I don't want to be optimistic, but I want to share this with you. Elon getting his compensation package is actually, and if you guys are familiar with Polymarket has him favored to get the package. So if you're a betting person, the odds are he will get the package. And if you have any faith in Polymarket's pretty spot on. Gotta say it. Called the election. Gotta say it. So anyway, I just wanted to throw that out there for betting folks if you want to go to Polymarket or if you just want to see what their thoughts are with things. Finally, robotaxis. Now, Tesla has actually built that real robotaxi, the gold one that you've seen, except they do have side view mirrors on them. They do have a steering wheel. If you've read the Elon biography, Franz, his designer, him and Elon kind of button heads on that steering wheel thing. Elon did not want a steering wheel in it. Franz said, look, you have to have it, and we could always take it off. And Elon's like, I don't even want to have it on there. Don't even want the option. How Franz got Elon to accept the steering wheel on it was quite interesting. I hate to spoil the book, but you probably read it already, so I'm going to spoil it. Franz said, look, he pitched it to him as there are some countries that are going to be delayed in autonomous driving or won't give us autonomous driving. And if you want to sell this as a vehicle, you have to have a steering wheel on it. And it's cheaper to make it and have it, a finished dash and then have a faux dash, I guess we can pull it off and put the steering wheel on there behind there for those countries that you need to have it to. Just give us the option to do that so you don't have to retool and make a second vehicle. And Elon caved in and agreed that was the smarter decision. So Franz pushed the right buttons on Elon. And this robotaxi actually has a steering wheel and side view mirrors. And in Austin, I think they said in December, they're going to go driverless. You're not going to have the assisted emergency person in the passenger seat. So you've got that coming as well. But the robotaxis will start hitting the streets. The actual robotaxis themselves, not Model 3s or Model Ys or anything else like that. So fourth quarter, December, you're going to have driverless ones in operation. And for the 4th time in Austin, Texas, they've increased the size of the map. So if you recall, there was originally a size map in Austin that was kind of phallic shaped. And then they expanded it and they made it bigger. And then they made it bigger again. Now it's the 4th time they made the Austin area map bigger. They're feeling more confident in the robotaxis and fewer interventions. So I think robotaxis looking strong. And to kind of segue into a number 8, which I had as a throw-in bonus, is FSD 14. A couple of my friends have it. They're Model Y. I think Model Y's got it first. I think 3s are coming next. Not sure about the S and the X where they are with it. But Cybertruck, we're going to get it last. So just face reality. You've probably all have had updates for the Tron by now. And after Tron, there's another update that will address the headlights, I guess, the light bar. It's too bright, evidently, so the National Highway Transportation Association said they have to adjust the brightness of it. So there was an update recently done. You may have read the article, 63,000, 557, whatever it is, number of Cybertrucks recalled. Over there update, you guys probably got it. It's the one after Tron, that's the headlight one. All these updates nowadays are saying minor updates. Guys, I don't like updating minors. Kidding. I really wish they gave some kind of indication of what they were fixing, but the last one is just that. It's the headlight. And the one before that was the Tron. I tried the Tron one out. It changed the color of your interior light to red. It made that little Tron motorcycle guy in the screen. I just don't like the interior being red. I guess part of it being emergency lights and kind of seeing that. I have a nice soft, it's kind of a turquoise blue light. I kind of like that serene look. It calms me down. Red does not calm me down. Red's not supposed to calm you down. Red's supposed to warn you. So I just don't like that look. But some of you guys like that Tron thing. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. Anyway, that's that. So I'm at 20 minutes. I'm going to learn to shut the F up, right? So this is my weekly rant where we talk over a bunch of different things. And just to really quickly recap, Lightbar, they're holding off the installs because they're getting ripped off supposedly. Number 2, pay package. You know, Elon wants a lot of money, but he's going to give us a lot of money back in the stock price. Number 3, the stock price, $4.60, looking very, very bullish. Next, 4, stockholder meeting, vote. Guys, you have to vote. 6, or 5, 6, one of those. Optimus. You guys knew about this, but it's going to be launched and released visually for the new version. I think it's version 3 that they're releasing in January. They're waiting until 2026. Next is the turn stock. Don't pay the $595. You'd be an idiot if you do that. In fact, if you pay the $595 for the stock, you officially have to unsubscribe to my channel and mail in your man card. The address will be below. Just mail in the man card. You will not get it anymore. You don't need it. You'll have to go to the bathroom sitting down from here on out. No standing up. Sit down to go to the bathroom. Finally, we talked about robotaxis and expanding the Austin map for the 4th time. The steering wheel, the side view mirrors being seen on them, and so forth. So that's this week's episode, Mark of the Cyberbeast. Hope you guys like this format. I'm still waiting for more products to test. We've got a couple of requests out there. We're waiting for them to come on in. Do have my power share installed. We have not had a power outage, thankfully, but it's there and it seems to be working. I tested it. It's great. Can't believe it. It is finally here after 16 months. But also this week I did get my tires rotated at Discount Tire. I had to wait about 40 minutes, but it was free. Didn't mind doing that. They didn't give me any lecture about the tires needing to be replaced, so I think I'm pretty good in the tires. Remember, you have until the 31st for the USAA 30% off tires. So basically it's buy 3, get 1 free. Can't beat it. Folks, before you go down below, write me questions, write me comments, wave at me. Also hit like, hit subscribe, share me with your Cybertruck friends, your Tesla friends, anybody who likes EVs in general, stockholders, Tesla people, TSLA. Yes, baby. Folks, I'm going to see you again next time.